आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनकही कहानियाँ। आइए हम सुने विज्ञान की अनसुनी कहानियाँ। एक नई दुनिया की आवाज़ आपकी।
PhD from University of Roorkee, now known as IIT Roorkee, Dr. Vineet Gahalaut, the director of Wadia Institute of Himalayan Geology, has dedicated several years of his life to understanding these earthquakes. Here are his accomplishments so far.
My name is Vineet Gahalaut, and I'm basically a seismologist. I work on earthquakes, and I use GPS. I mean, it's the same GPS which you use for your direction, to know the route of the place where you're going, or the coordinate of a point. But the GPS which I use is very precise. It works at millimeter level accuracy, and I try to understand how the Earth is moving with time. And we know that earthquake processes, it influences the earth crust. It causes deformation on the earth crust. So if we can pick up that deformation, then it is possible to know which are the regions where earthquakes can occur, how big it can be. We cannot tell at what time the earthquake will occur, but we can identify the regions where earthquake can occur and how big it can be. And that's the focus of my research area. I have worked in Himalaya quite extensively. We have a huge network in Himalayan region, especially in Garhwal Kumaon region. You will be happy to note that this network is the best network anywhere in the Himalayan arc. So including Nepal Himalaya or Bhutan Himalaya, this beautiful network in Nepal established by Americans, but the network in Garhwal Kumaon is much denser, much sharper than the network in Nepal region. We have tried to understand the earthquake processes in these regions. We have tried to understand which are the regions where the strain accumulation is larger, which are the regions where in case of an earthquake occur, which are the regions where the deformation can be larger, and which are the regions where the damage can be more. So that's the ultimate goal of this, that to identify the regions in case of an earthquake, to identify the regions where the damage can be larger than in comparison to other places. And that's the target of this work. So that's what we have done in Garhwal Kumaon. We have also done it in Himachal region or in Jammu Kashmir region. The other work which we have extensively done field work, research work, is Indo-Burmese arc, which is northeast India. We have identified a few faults there which are prone to where earthquakes can occur, and you know that there was an earthquake in this month, in March, which occurred in Myanmar. So that earthquake occurred on a fault which marks the easternmost boundary of margin of the Indian plate. So we have identified similar fault where this earthquake has occurred in Manipur and in Tripura region. So that's another achievement what we have worked. Going further south, we have done extensive work in Andaman Nicobar region. Besides this, we have fantastic network in. There are a lot of earthquakes which occur in other than Himalaya, Indo-Burmese arc. A lot of earthquakes occur in plate interior regions also. For example, Kutch earthquake or Koyna earthquake in Maharashtra, Kutch earthquake in Gujarat, or Jabalpur earthquake. So we have studied those earthquakes also through our GPS network.
And this is how he plans to further help the inhabitants of earthquake-prone areas through his future research efforts.
One of our main target is to prepare a strain map of India, so that we can guide people that, look, these are the regions which are prone to earthquake, these are the regions where you need to take extra precaution. There are already seismic zoning map, but this map we are trying to develop through our observations. This map is going to be more scientific. This map is going to be more evolutionary, in the sense that you can keep adding data, and you can keep updating it. So this map will be more like uh, how the construction to be done, which are the regions where big earthquake can occur, how big it can be, and in that sense, it would be a seismic zoning map of India. So that's the final target of our work. But of course, we keep trying to understand. The understanding earthquake is still an enigma. We don't fully understand them, and we all of us we are working towards it, especially the earthquakes which occur in the plate interior regions, for example, Gujarat or Maharashtra. So that's another important task in front of us. There's one very basic question which people keep asking, that why can't we predict earthquakes? We can predict earthquake. There are three items which are involved: location, magnitude, and time. Unfortunately, we are not able to predict time, but we can tell that which are the regions where earthquake can occur, which are the regions where how big it can be. So those estimates we have some idea. We have fairly good idea on those estimates. Of course, we are not able to predict time. The process involved in earthquakes is a bit complex, in the sense that number one, it's non-linear. So a small perturbation here can lead to larger variation in some other parameters. The area involved, the region involved is huge, and no matter as to how much data you acquire with whatever precision, so far it's not possible to pinpoint the time of earthquake occurrence. I'm sure that so far it has not been possible to do earthquake prediction, but with you never know that tomorrow or a year after or 10 years from now, or you do not know whether we can ever predict earthquake. But there is a hope. The only way is gather more data. We have been this is the main focus of our work. Let's acquire more and more data, because only by understanding the process through data we'll be able to understand them, we will be able to characterize them, and then with the hope that one day we'll be able to predict them. We all know that entire globe is made up of plates, and these plates are moving with respect to each other. So it's a relative motion between these two plates which causes earthquake. The motion, as long as it is smooth, there's no friction, then there will be no earthquakes. But because we know that there is friction between two plates, when the two plates interact, there is a friction involved. So the movement is stopped at the boundary, and that's the reason because of which you have a lot of earthquakes in Himalayan region, in Dober-Mizak or Andaman Sumatra region. So these are earthquakes of plate boundary earthquakes. But then there are earthquakes within plate also. For example, Kutch, for example, Koina, Latur, Jabalpur. So these earthquakes occur because there are some older structures within the plate. So we are still within the plate. So there's no plate interaction, but it's like an old scar on your body, old injury on your body, which can, because of some changes in your body, which can again resurface and cause pain to you in that part. Same thing happens here. So these are some older structures. I mean, if you look at the Indian region, especially in the south, you see mountains, you see variation in lithology, you see variation in topography. Now this is evidence that, look, this region has undergone geological changes in past, which may not be active right now, but with time these structures or these regions may become active again to cause earthquake. So that's the reason. So these are old structures which sometimes get reactivated to cause earthquake. As far as research in earth science is concerned, we have fairly good amount of research, and we are competitive with the world. There is no doubt over it. We have best machines available. The only thing is that only thing which lacks is that amount of data which is available to us. Somehow we need to emphasize more on data collection. If you compare the data, the number of observatories or number of instruments installed, for example, in Japan or US, our installations are very small. We were late in data collection, and that's the reason because of which our understanding is slightly um, not at par with with understanding in other regions. But then it has been picked up, and now it is there's no doubt that our understanding is kind of at par with the understanding in other regions. But again, data is the key. To understand science, data is the key, and that's where all of us we need to work. We need to collect more data, more good, reliable, and precise data with uh, with a good coverage. That's the key to science, as far as I'm concerned. We're not into product development. That's number one. But when it comes to, for example, uh, georesources, right, identifying minerals, locating mineral resources, that's where there are a lot of stakeholders which they come to us. There are a lot of stakeholders in terms of planners, in terms of uh, NDMA or SDMA, which they keep approaching us for unraveling uh, the the risk involved in all these processes, for example, landslide or glaciology or earthquake. So that's where we work with lots of stakeholders. Of course, our connection with industry, is not so direct because we're not into product development. But that's where all of us we are working towards that. For example, georesources, looking at mineral resources, looking at water resources. So that's where all of us we are working. We have been publishing. Publications are the key of research. Until unless you publish, nobody would know what you're doing. And we have been able to publish in best of the journals, um, whether the work in Himalayan region or Indo-Burmese arc or anywhere. So we have been able to publish our work in the best journals available. Uh, and it's so nice to uh, that we have been rewarded and awarded by various agencies for our work. So I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. Thank you. I'm extremely happy to give this podcast because this is the only way by which we can reach out to people. We can reach to community. We can reach to other stakeholders. So I'm extremely happy by this DST initiative that they have taken it up. I'm sure that this will increase the visibility of institute. This will also help the stakeholders and community to know what we are doing. Thank you very much.
This podcast series on STEM popularization is supported and catalyzed by National Council of Science and Technology, Communication, Government of India. Produced by Media for Community Foundation. Technical support is given by Soumya Mishra.